Let's talk about HBO. HBO like really came out of nowhere and knocked it out of the park. We reported, or we did a video a while ago where they'd finished the pilot for Bloodmoon and they were giving it to the HBO executives to check it out to see if they wanted to move forward with it. And almost like the same day there were reports that Bloodmoon was not going forward, and they immediately announced the Fire and Blood prequel. Did you see the poster for it, by the way?
I did.
It's based on the I have it right here. Let me go to my thing real quick, because what the poster says a little more interesting here. Because where it is, here it is, right here. Based on Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin, House of the Dragon. So if it's based on Fire and Blood, we getting the very beginnings of Fire and Blood with Aegon the Conqueror and his sister wives? I'm hoping, because I really want the anthology here. As the seasons go on, there are new characters who come in, characters who go away because they either die or whatever. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to go.
Now, did they go ahead with House of the Dragon before a pilot was filmed? Because they filmed the pilot for Long Night.
Here's what the Game of Thrones official page said. Essentially, what HBO is saying. The series is co-created by George R. R. Martin and Ryan Condal. Miguel Spochnik. Oh, I actually know who this fucking guy is. Didn't he do Battle of Winterfell?
He did 6 episodes. I think he did do the Battle of the Bastards.
No, he did. Yes, you're right. He did Hard Home, Battle of Bastards, The Long Night, and The Bells.
Bastards.
So
the Bells, Long Night. So he's specializing in battles.
Yes, he specializes in like big like productions like that, and quite frankly, with Hard Home and Battle of Bastards, fantastic. All we need to do is give this guy a couple of lights for any nighttime scenes, and we're fucking golden. Because goddamn, I hated how fucking dark it was. But no, Miguel Spochnik, I probably butchered the hell out of his name, will partner with Condal as showrunner and direct the pilot and additional episodes. Condal will be writing the series. So it's confirmed. Game of Thrones has gone ahead. The official Game of Thrones.
It's confirmed, but they're still filming the pilot. It's so backwards. Like, the whole point of a pilot is to see if you want the show.
Right.
But they're like, we want the show, now film a pilot. Like, okay. That's not a pilot, is it?
But they announced it,
That's just the first episode.
They didn't really announce Bloodmoon, but they announced... I don't think they announced Bloodmoon, did they? I don't remember.
No. And I think these go in tandem. I don't think HBO really wants to put out 2 Ice and Fire shows at the same time. I think they want to do one. I think when they say,
well, you mean HBO doesn't want to be like AMC and put out 2 fucking like shows set in the same universe?
Yeah. No, you don't want to do that. You don't. I mean, you put your all. I mean, AMC does that because AMC doesn't have anything else going for it. But so they're like, we'll put out freaking Walking Dead all day long. But if HBO is diversifying their options. You don't want to throw too many Ice and Fire stuff out there.
No, you're right. No, yeah, you're 110% correct. And HBO has always been known for like some good quality shows. I haven't seen the latest episode of Watchmen. I'll watch it today and we'll do something on it. But like, Watchmen so far, not bad. Westworld, I feel like they were up their own asses a little bit. But once again, Westworld, it's something different. It's something new. Why the fuck not? I really kind of wish that HBO got the rights to the Lord of the Rings thing, but I heard Amazon was pumping in almost $1 billion into that, so...
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. But it's very obvious what they're doing. Like, they're like, okay, we've got this... I mean, this goes back to our conversation of what directors know how to direct a spectacle. And they've just hired a guy who knows how to direct a spectacle. Because that's all he's done. Like, you just go one after the other, and you're like, oh... Battle, right? I mean, I guess Winds of Winter. Is there a battle in the Winds of Winter?
There's a battle of Winds of Winter, but there is somewhat of a spectacle there. The whole thing with Cersei blowing everything up.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And then he also did the Bells, which, as we all saw that one. Kind of
right, so, but I guarantee it's about getting a director that knows how to seamlessly direct big groups of people and CGI and bring the whole thing together. And that's what they've pulled in. So we know that we're dealing with Fire and Blood, I mean, we might be dealing with Aegon's Conquest, or maybe we're dealing with the Dance of the Dragons.
I fucking hope it's not
whatever
Dance.
The case is.
If they want to do House of the Dragon and reintroduce the Targaryen dynasty, like they really should start with Aegon's Conquest, or at least after Aegon conquers everything, because that's when it really starts to go down. Like, you know, the whole getting Dorne to kneel and failing at that and all that stuff. Like, they really
I mean, the war goes on for years, so I mean, you know, you can, you know, he's got to do his first meetings, and there's going to be a lot going on.
They can time skip through episodes. They can totally do it.
I think it will be. I mean, I think it will be. I mean, House of the Dragon. It does sound like Aegon's Conquest, really. When you say something like House of the Dragon, it sounds like the beginning of the house. So. But yeah, and it's just going to be a lot of battles.
I just want to see. I just want to go, you know, through the whole. I just want more Westeros. That's really what I want. Fuck the Starks. The Starks aren't really that important anymore. Thank fucking God. I'm so sick of the Starks right now. I just want more Westeros. I want to see more of Westeros. I want other houses to come in.
I just want more of Arya washing bodies. That's what I want. And more dueling between Arya and Brienne. If we could have just a show of them like battling each other and her doing flips and shit.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm into. Arya doing flips and shit.
I wonder how they would end this though, because they clearly want this to go on for a long period of time. How would they end this though? Would they end it with Robert's Rebellion? Yeah, I think they could.
I mean, I don't think that they're going to do the time skips. I mean, I think they're going to continue on Aegon's Conquest as long as you can. And then if they can transition it.
But there's not enough about Aegon's Conquest that's somewhat interesting. Like a lot of the interesting stuff is more with Maegor and Jaehaerys, and we're still doing Fire and Blood, and we went through the first chapter, and it's kind of like a repeat of stuff we already knew.
You could pull it like Rome. You could try to do big time skips like Rome. And like in between an episode, a year actually takes place. You know, a year passes and stuff. You could try to.
That's what they did with Thrones season 1. I mean, we go from like Daenerys marrying Khal Drogo in episode 1 to having that miscarriage in episode 10. That's 9-10 months right there.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. That an entire year can pass.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, you can I don't know, try to grow up some actors quick. But you are right that there is a bit of a peace between Aegon and the wars of Maegor the Cruel. And there's a lot of time that passes there.
Exactly. So, not to mention, if they did an anthology series, one of the biggest issues is, once again, budget. These actors, sometimes they get a little too big, and you gotta, you know, keep paying them more money to keep appearing. And with an anthology series, you can just get new guys coming in and out. Maybe one person here and there to kind of do like what Stan Lee did, like as a cameo in every season. Yeah. But no, I don't
have to pay for Naomi Watts, big name Naomi Watts.
Oh right.
I can pay for
so Joe
Schmo.
They canceled it, and I feel Naomi Watts was like trending. Poor Naomi Watts. Poor Naomi Watts, but no, she was trending, and I feel really bad for her because it's really like right here, Entertainment Weekly.
Worse than the first Daenerys. What about the first Daenerys? I feel bad for her.
I like Emilia Clarke, but in the first couple of seasons, HBO cancels Game of Thrones prequel starring Naomi Watts. Her face is plastered all over the fucking place, and I just. Oh wait.
Tamsin Merchant. The woman that could have been Daenerys. Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, though. This is what kind of annoys me. Is I don't know if you read the Entertainment Weekly article that says this, but from the same one, a second Game of Thrones prequel project focusing on the Targaryen Civil War, however, is still in the works. The project hasn't officially received a pilot order, but with this news, an order seems more likely. So we're sitting here thinking.
That makes it seem like a Dance of the Dragons.
Yeah, and I fucking hope that's just a major rumor. I hope that's all it is just a rumor, because I really want them to go from the very beginning of Fire and Blood. Because Dance of Dragons, how many seasons could you get out of Dance of Dragons? 2, maybe 3?
You could probably get 3.
Yeah, I mean, without dragging it out for too long.
I mean, a lot happens. I mean, you could do the build up, you could do the build up with, the Rogue Prince. down, 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 and then move into the dance, and then have the dance be a few years, and then try to, and then I don't know, and then that'd be it. I guess you could maybe pull it to 4 or 5.
It seems like they would get way more seasons out of just adapting all of Fire and Blood.
Yeah, it's just that's just something new though. Like I say, the choice here of the director already tells us that they're risk averse, right? Like we're gonna pull in the guy. Like the highest rated episodes are those battle episodes. So let's get the director of those battle episodes to be our guy. Okay. Now they don't want. They're not gonna jump to something like new. Like jumping to each story every season, jumping 50 years. No way. I mean, I admit there is an advantage that you can rehire actors and save money on new actors rather than giving people the income bumps. But I don't think that keeps people with the show. I think they want to go safe, and so they I think they're either going to do Aegon's Conquest, and then we've got the CGI for 3 dragons. Or you do Dance of the Dragons, you've got a few more dragons out there, but I don't know. But I think it's safe. You're getting battles, you're getting what people want to see. There's going to be some sex. See, Dance of the Dragons has more sex going on than Aegon's Conquest.
Yeah, but being thrown into like the middle of like all that chaos already, like there's already shit going on as soon as the whole dance stuff, even leading up to dance, there's already like stuff going on. I mean, it just seems like a safer.
They threw us in pretty hardcore in the first episode of Game of Thrones.
Only in regards to the characters, but when we first get into Game of Thrones, the realm is at peace. And even with Dance of Dragons, the realm is somewhat at peace, but there's stuff that's been going on for a while now. When we get into Game of Thrones, I mean, Robert's Rebellion was, almost 20 years ago. The Greyjoy Rebellion, almost 10 years ago. There was 10 good years of relative peace in the realm before Season 1 hit. With Dance of the Dragons, it's just, there's way more characters, way more stuff going on that you really need to kind of focus on. And I guess it helps because we're already familiar with Westeros, but at the same time, it just seems like a better bet to get us to care about this lineage, about this family, starting from the very beginning.
Yeah, I mean, Westeros was at peace. Granted, they were like at war on the Stepstones and stuff like that, but I don't know. I think it'll work. I think it'll work with the Civil War. I think it'll work with the invasion. I don't know. I think that jumping time periods is too risky. I just think they're risk averse. And I don't know. That would be something new. And they just want their check.
They just want those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely. I just couldn't see them like taking such a jump on like doing an anthology. The only successful anthology show like that I've really seen where when I mean like every season is different is American Horror Story.
Yeah.
And they did it, but they also pulled it off by taking the same cast and just recasting them in new roles. So people like the actors and they come back and they're in different roles and it's fun. But, to actually have new characters, new actors every season, I don't know. I don't know if it would work.
It could work, but I'm just a sucker for anthology series. That's essentially I like the Twilight Zone. It's kind of like an anthology thing, kind of.
Right, but that's episode to episode anthology, and yeah.
Well, I'm excited. We got some Game of Thrones stuff incoming. Probably not going to see it until 2021, most likely. I doubt it's coming next year. It's most likely going to hit 2021.
No way, 2021, yeah. Maybe January 2021.
God, what I wouldn't kill to see that fucking Bloodmoon pilot, because it had to really fucking suck.
What I wouldn't give to get the original Game of Thrones pilot. That would be.
See, I don't plan on buying the fucking I haven't bought a Game of Thrones Blu-ray in like years. I didn't buy season 6, season 7. I'm not buying season 8. But what would get me to buy the season 8 Blu-ray is if they put the original pilot in there. That would get me to fucking come back and to buy this stuff because I really want to see it.
Oh sure. Like the Star Wars. It's like the Star Wars Christmas special. Ah.
All right, Preston, let's wrap this up. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Preston, thank you for joining me on this whole busy news week, busy news day, couple of days.
So much news.
So much news.
Okay.
But guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again with Fire and Blood on the next Thrones podcast. Have a good one.